Alright. Hi everybody. Hi and welcome to my stream or video. If you tune in while I'm in the middle of everything, this is more of a rant than a let's play. Though I thought I was gonna just play a new single player map in Minecraft in the background, just to have something going on. But I'm not gonna be focusing too much on the gameplay. The reason why I'm making this video, even though I don't even know if it's ever going to be seen by anyone, is because I have something on my heart regarding copyright claims on YouTube that I just need to get out. Basically, let's just create a new world here, shall we? New world 1. Yeah, whatever. And this is more of a reaction to something that happened to one of my videos yesterday. And honestly, I I don't understand or think that there's a point of going after my videos for any reason. I'm no big YouTube creator. I don't consider myself a creator at all at this point. I'm just trying out YouTube streaming facilities, and yeah, I really like the idea of broadcasting. So I'm trying to find my voice, right? And doing so, as you can hear in the background, I like to have some good music playing. And one of the places that I've found some of the best music I have on my computer, including all available online content on Spotify and such, is a website called ocremix.org, right? And what happened? All the music you're going to be hearing in the background of my gameplay is from ocremix.org, overclocked remix, not abbreviated. And that content is available free to download for anyone. Just it's most of it is available on YouTube, and you can also download it as legal torrents. I know torrents are thought of as a big bad thing for anti-piracy people, but this is just a very efficient way of sharing things. So you can download tons and tons and tons of free, legal, wonderful musical creations and use for your own pleasure, your own leisure. Basically, what they want you to do is to credit them whenever you use their work. I've been trying to. I need to get better at that. Like I would like an overlay of some sort in my stream, but I don't have the competence yet. So I'm trying. I'm trying to point it out whenever a song comes on that I like, and just like, oh, this is this and that artist or whatever. But most of the time, I just play. I have to focus on the game, right? So I try to leave at least ocremix.org linked in my description, so you can go and check them out for yourself. But what happened? Yeah, what happened yesterday was that some company called Yala Music or something claimed copyrights to a song that was playing in the background in one of my videos. And first of all, the consequences for this could be video takedown, copyright strike, forced monetization by the claimee. There are different ways for them as copyright owners, if they were such, to go ahead and get their dues, so to speak, However, this company had nothing at all to do with the song that was playing. So this isn't a video about all those abuses, like Nintendo taking down videos because it features one image of one of their games. This is more regarding those that have found they can abuse the system. And I mean, sure, I don't only respect copyright claims. I think they're important when they're in place. If you hurt someone's name or market, or I mean, if people make less money because of something they created because you wanted to use it for yourself, then sure, they should be able to take you down. And we need a system for that, and there's no way YouTube has been able to actually moderate this stuff so far. I know they're going more hands-on with the gaming videos. I've heard some rumors about that, but I haven't seen the details yet. So yeah, fear for the future of Let's Plays. But yeah, basically what happened was this company, Yala Music, I have no idea who they are, and I don't really care. I just know they're frauds, and that's more than bad enough. Now they demanded monetization of my video. It's such a silly thing because honestly, look at my views. This video probably has 1 view by the time you see it, and that's myself double checking the sound. But yeah, for some reason this company thought that they would try to make money off of a freely available song, explicitly permitted to use as a part of something more. I don't have the wording in front of me right now, but if you go to ocremix.org, at the bottom of the page you can find their content policies, and it's really straightforward. I mean, they have one of the friendliest content policies I've ever seen. I seriously, it's not even a big read. You just you'll get it within 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, it's amazing how good those terms are, and that is because they do it for the love of the community, and that is why I'm ranting today. Because I think that our community, and I'm talking about our entire world right now, in regards to the internet and the space that we have, that we can gather around, connect with each other, express ourselves, as YouTube eloquently put it, I think it's magical. I think that we live in a really great time, you know? This sounds so... I don't know what this sounds like, but basically I love where we can be going, but I don't like where we are going, because from what I can tell, it's just becoming this clusterfuck of, sorry my French, pardon my French, of no, that's too much, of people trying to abuse the system, people trying to uphold the system. It's the antivirus war all over. But this time the viruses are people abusing things they have no right to use. And I'm not only talking about content, I'm also talking about tools provided to protect content. I mean, in my eyes, I'm not singling out Nintendo at all, because I honestly think they have some right to what they're doing, because they're afraid of this medium. They're wrong, of course, but they have all their rights in hand when it comes to full-on plays and let's plays that basically give you the playing experience, right? But take this for example, Minecraft. It wouldn't have been what it is today if it wasn't for the Let's Plays. Because this is that kind of game. But not all games are like that, and I respect that. I really do. Not only do I respect that, I think it's so important for us to protect the people that actually create this magical sphere of content that is the internet. With what, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 50, 1 out of 500? I don't know how many internet, how big a portion of internet users that are creators, contributors in the content sense. I just know that it's not everybody. It's far from everybody. And that is why it's so important for me that we don't just cry out in despair because we can't have our cake and eat it too, you know what I mean? We users, we content viewers, oh, it's like it. But we need to protect that, not only protect by not abusing content, but also by not abusing the content protections that are put in place. And this company is probably some random scam company. There are so many scam companies. I'm not going to dedicate my channel to calling them out, but I really felt like talking about this right now because I'm frustrated. I'm not angry. I don't care. I really, at this point in time, I don't even know what kind of channel I have, if you know what I mean. I'm just trying out my I forget the expression. English isn't my primary language, as I'm sure you can tell. But I'm just dipping my toes in the water when it comes to publishing video and audio content. Basically because I like talking. Anyone that knows me can testify to that. But like I said, I don't care about my particular video. It was my 3rd Minecraft stream, I think. I don't care about the monetization, even though I think it sucks. But like, I'm not gonna stand for it. I'm disputing the claim, and I'm going to. I haven't had the time yet, and in time I mean I haven't bothered yet to look into what I can do to basically not hurt. I don't want to hurt anybody. Honestly, I want to discourage this Yala music or whatever they're called. YALA music, all in one word. I want to do what I can to prevent them from doing this kind of shit. You know, it's shit. That is what it is. What they are doing is pure, unadulterated shit. Because you know what? It's not cool. It's not cool to just say, hey, we can make money on this. Let's do it. Even though it exploits and devalues and basically tears down the faith people have in a system meant to protect people and their creations, and by extension their viewers. We won't have anything to watch if people can't afford making it. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that somebody couldn't sit down and make a fan piece based on music or anything like that. Like the song we're listening to now is yeah, sorry about that. It's from Sonic and Knuckles, you know. And somebody could just go, hey, this music is really cool. I get this feeling when I listen to it. I have this vision about what this music can be, and I want to make that, you know. And that's awesome. That's how most remixers start out, I guess. Like they hear something more when they listen to the music that they're hearing, or play the game they're playing. You know, some of the music on OC Remix isn't even based off of any in-game music as such. It's just inspired by the atmosphere and the feeling, and that it's so awesome. I mean, I was introduced to this through Total Biscuit's channel back when he used to do the newsfeed thing. I don't remember what it was called. I love that show. I don't think he does it in the same format anymore, and he's not doing the OC Remix tunes at the end anymore. I don't know if that's on request from OC Remix, because he did basically leave on one entire creation for its entire duration without any additional content, except of course a commercial in the background for ocremix.org. So basically what he was doing was, in all its existence, helping out OC Remix, and by extension its content creators. So I'm guessing it's more on his own behalf, either for editing purposes or just time or popularity. But I thought those segments were popular. I really love them, and I started checking out ocremix.org and downloaded a lot of awesome music. Like the music you're hearing right now. That's just from a huge batch download I did, which has been playing on my computer ever since. I mean, there's so much great stuff on that site by so many extremely talented creators, and I mean, it's a way for them and us to not only appreciate but also save some of our culture. I mean, most of this music I would never have heard again. It would have gone somewhere into my subconsciousness as a forgotten memory, you know? And that's cool. Most of life becomes forgotten memories. But then you tune in and you play a song, and it just takes you straight back, you know? When you were 10 years old, sitting in your mom's living room with the TV on, mom was out, it was just you and this new game that you were trying out, an entire world to explore. I mean, sorry, I'm nerding out. I'm almost forgetting what I'm ranting about here. What I'm trying to say is that I sincerely think that it's really important for us to take care of the culture that is internet. The internet is not only a revolution and a technical evolution. It's a cultural revolution, and it's bringing us together in ways that we could never have imagined. I was alive when the internet was something you couldn't use. Like, it's existed since the 70s, but when I grew up in the 90s, having internet at home was expensive. In the 80s it was insanely expensive, but I wasn't tech savvy back then. But in the 90s, being online, like just going to forums, chatting, uploading your own images. Like I remember I used to dabble in pixel art, teenage hormone inspired pixel art, I guess. But it was really fun, and I did it just for the joy of it, right? And I uploaded it. and people would comment on it, and I would see other people's creations, and we would get into discussions, and all of a sudden we were discussing something completely irrelevant to what we were doing there. I mean, we were becoming societies online. I've been involved in trying to start the so-called Church of Theology before that. I think it died down. I think it was taken over, the project was taken over by kids that were too focused on being allowed to pirate whatever they wanted to, which was not the original idea at all. But I can see how our name maybe attracted the wrong crowd, so to speak. Those were good times. I mean, it was so exciting to just be a part of this second kind of world. I mean, real life includes the internet. The internet is real life, right? But it's such an unexplored territory with new rules. The laws of physics do not govern your actions online. Of course, everything is bound to the laws of physics in the end, but I mean, these are new laws, new rules, new circumstances, new dangers, new potential gains. It's really huge and really important that we care for this immense part of our everyday life and culture, you know? And people that figured out that they would rather ruin that experience for everyone else to grab a quick buck. That is not okay. It's not. And like I was ranting about earlier, sorry I'm going forth and back all the time here, but like I was ranting about earlier with the content creators that start out ideologically. When I was making pixel art, if somebody for some reason had an interest in that, right? If there was a market for that, I would have been, well, I did get some requests, but I mean, I would have been getting requests for making stuff at a much higher level than there's any way that I would have been able to and still been able to take care of myself. Back then I was going to school, of course, but if I could have made money off of my creations, if I was that good, you know what I mean? What did I just do? No, that's not what I was supposed to do. That's what I was supposed to do. If I could have made money, if I could have created stuff and supported myself with it, of course I would have finished school, but I would have invested so much more time and effort into that thing to see how great it could become. Not to get rich, but because it was something that I could provide myself on while doing something I love, you know? And like, let's be real. Nobody, it might be a little bit over the top, but you don't get rich from creating music today unless you have a really good deal and great publicity and really lucky. That's not how it works anymore, right? And the same thing with pixel art. There's no way I could have made like web distributed pixel art a source of living. But what I could have done is develop my skills. Doing that as a pastime, sort of on the side project, getting some extra buck, and developing as a person, developing my skills and abilities to the point where I could have maybe gone further with it. There are thousands of directions to go from there. I've always been really interested in technical drawings. Could have gone that way, or I could have gone with art. I could have educated myself within art, you know. But I'm not saying, oh, what did I miss out on? I'm not talking about that, because honestly, that's not me. I'm not an artist as such. Not that I know anyways. But what I do know is that I would really love to have that opportunity. And to have that opportunity, I would need to be able to charge for my work. And if my work was being distributed or abused or stolen in any way, shape or form, like my great idol Toldes Guru said, would say, then I couldn't have done that. And there are so many people out there that are doing what they're doing because they can. And they couldn't have if their rights weren't protected. And how can we protect their rights if people abuse the tools that are founding the protection? It's boy cries wolf. It deteriorates the entire system. You know what I mean? Like these copyright strikes by original content owners, like actual owners of the original content, where the content has been so obviously used in the right form, with I forget what it's called. Oh my god. Come on, brain, why do this? No, it's called Fair Use, of course. It's called the Fair Use Act. When they are striking down on videos containing an image of them, a short clip demonstrating what they are about, I mean, then there's no way people will keep faith in this system. I haven't heard this song before, actually. All this music is by Level 99. I figured I would do that demonstratively in hopes of getting another copyright claim, just to see how much of his creations the Yala music have tracked down, you know what I mean? But anyways, what they are doing is one thing, that's fraud, and I'm going to look into it. I'm probably going to end up short-handed, but I hope to find a way to pursue them or be of any assistance to Google and YouTube or OC Remix if they decide to go for it, because I'm not going to stand for it. I'm a nobody, right? I'm nobody on the internet. I just care very much for it. I care so much about our freedom and our opportunities and all the things that we might miss out on if we selfishly abuse and mistreat and exploit anyone that tries to contribute anything to the internet experience. The internet experience is a great one. I mean, have you ever played a game online with friends? How fun is that? Maybe while on a voice chat of some sort, on TeamSpeak or Skype or Discord or something. It's awesome. It's a great fun. And maybe you've even done it with strangers, right? Most probably you've done it with strangers. And sometimes you have these insanely unique experiences together and you just share the fun of it. It doesn't even have to be a video game. It can be a discussion on an art forum, it can be a discussion on a political forum or of some sort. It can be any kind of interaction online. Or you can just be browsing. You know, when you're just clicking around on links and reading off articles and doing a thing, you are receiving someone's thoughts, putting them through a critical filter and amplifying your own understanding and existence, really, because our existence is a lot of what's going on in our heads, right? And you're growing with their thoughts, and maybe you're commenting on it or sharing it to someone else, pointing out something important to you in that article or in that video, and then you are sharing your thoughts, already amplified, with your friends again. And this, it's like we have this perfect setup to instantly grow as a society, as a worldwide society, you know? And I'm not talking about, oh, we're saving the world or anything. If you want to save the world, go save the world. That's something completely different. You can go out there, you can volunteer, you can do some real work and help some real people with some real issues if you want to do that. But that's not something everybody has the inspiration for, the time for, the know-how for. The thing is, on the internet, you barely have to act to be a part of it. It's just a part of you, you know what I mean? And it becomes what we make it. And if we make it this platform of vile and abuse and distrust, then that is what we're creating. And that's one type of content I don't want to create. I want to be a part of a society that understands itself, understands that you and me and everyone else are the same. This is coming off as super hippie, but maybe that's alright. We are the same. We're very different. There's nothing identical about us. Probably not a single cell in my body that is identical to a single cell in yours. Our lives are different, our circumstances are different, but we are the same. We're all just individual people with individual thoughts, individual needs, internal lives going on. Less than before because we're exposing so much, but we still have them. Even the most outspoken vlogger out there has their internal life, their internal thoughts, things they would never say on air, maybe because they're ashamed, afraid, whatever. We all have different sides to our personality. Some sides we might not even live out, and that's cool. And in that we also have dreams and wishes, and we have greed, and we have hopes, and we have dreams, and we have hatred, we have anger, we feel diminished, we feel empowered. We all go through all these things, right? And we can share this at our own leisure. We can share the things we think are worth sharing through the internet. The things I enjoy, the joys that I find in life, I can share them on the internet. Playing online games, playing single player games, and just sharing it. Like I'm doing not right now, but what my previous videos have been about. It's just me enjoying a game and sharing it. And I don't even think that adds anything to anyone. But it's not what I'm going for either. I mean, like, I'm not going for that type of content. It's just the first content that I'm publishing, because it's I have no skills in this yet, but I'm enjoying it. So I think I'm gonna stick around, and I think I'm gonna develop. I'm planning on buying the necessary licenses for streaming tools and overlays. Maybe a better mic, or just understanding my sound card better, because I have really great difficulties getting my voice clear and loud enough. Maybe I just need to speak louder into the mic. I don't know. Maybe I should get a real mic. Who knows? All these things are things that I need to figure out to become to even come close to being able to publish things I think are worth listening to. But what matters so much more to me is the fact that I can, you know? And if it becomes a great deal, if I find my voice, you know, if I find a way to make this really entertaining for you guys, for anyone, really, if I find a way to provide people with something they want, then I might want to invest time and money in that. And I want to know that I'm not going to burn my crops down doing so, if you know what I mean. I want to know that I and anyone else out there can invest time and money in creating, because they know that they can get something back. And it's I mean, I got one comment on one of my videos the other day. First comment, and it just said, "Great idea, keep it up," something like that. And that was getting something back, right? That was a very joyful experience. It sounds really stupid, I know, but seriously, just interacting with people is fun. Meeting people in real life is fun as well, and talking to people and sharing ideas with people and being people is an amazing thing. Amazing thing. And we need to make sure that YouTube can be a great place to be as both a content creator and a viewer. And what I think it comes down to for me is this, that we have to push for this, you know what I mean? As viewers, I don't see myself as a content creator, I see myself as a viewer, and I see that I need to push for this. I need to express my mind in both words and action, being aware of what is happening, and support anyone that decides to take up the fight, you know? And including YouTube. I'm not going to say, hey, what the fuck's up with your YouTube, you know? I'm not like, hey Google, you suck. No, not at all. Google rocks. I remember when they first launched, or not first launched, when I first heard about them, about the concept, this new search engine that wasn't, that it was different, and it seemed like it was going places, getting results in ways that hadn't been available to me before, at least. So, and then they slowly but surely, by acquiring other companies, or by developing their own new branches, they've become this huge organization. And yes, they have their flaws. Yes, they're corporate as fuck, but they're corporate within an idea that I like, you know? They shouldn't be the only one out there. They aren't, obviously, but practically so for my part. I have a Google device, I use Google for getting information, I use Google for entertainment, I use Google for everything. And that's why I'm focusing so much on what's going on right now. I mean, with the attempts that Google or YouTube are making to protect their sphere, protect their creators, they're essentially going for the money. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna do something about I'm not gonna say that they um, no one. I'm not gonna say that they are going for the money, as in that's what they're trying, but basically the strong guy wins when it's a conflict, right? If you get in a fight and your opponent is 100,000 times bigger than you will lose. And that's the reason why evolution works so well, but why a freely open internet community doesn't. Because at some point or another, somebody comes along and changes the rules because they can. And I think that for us to be able to work together, big bad corps and users alike, we need to use the things we use in a healthy way that promotes concentration, promotes individuality or originality, which today's algorithms don't, by the way. Make an extra effort to just try and be the society we want to live in, you know? I'm ranting way too far on this. I know that what I'm talking about is in the end lava. No gravel. Is in the end just some singled out little fraudulent company that will pop up today, die tomorrow, and someone else will pop up and take their place. I know this. There's no way I'm going to be able to stop this stuff from happening ever again. Oh fuck. Sorry about the swearing. I cuss a lot. But don't they die in sunshine? What? You can handle the sunlight? You're a day walker? What the hell? I had no idea. I've only met these guys in caves. He's gonna kill me. I'm literally defending myself with sugar canes. What the hell, man? I don't know if I don't think I'm hurting him at all. I can't see any hearts pop up above his face. No, I'm not hurting him at all. That was fun. But yeah, I've had it. I've had it with people staring themselves in the navel until they go blind, you know? And these people that are abusing these systems, they're individuals as well, but they're individuals that have too much to gain or too little to lose on doing so. I'm not gonna say that I don't understand. I know how it is to be without money, like seriously without money, like well, not without a shelter, not without a roof over my head, but by choice, I lived a year in a cabin without water. I had some electricity, but not too much. I didn't have much money. I couldn't always afford food. For example, being hungry teaches you something about how far you can go to get money, you know? Back then, like I said, it was by choice, so I did have the security of that availability. I had money stashed away that I wasn't touching, and I just needed some time off to figure out where I was going to go for my next job, right? But that's not the point. The point is that during this time, had a realization of how easy it is to call someone out on on abusing systems for their own gain. But some people don't have any other way of providing, you know? And this sounds really sad, with sad music and everything. This sounds like some kind of support video, like you call 800 support the scammers now for to donate. I don't know. My point is that I'm not saying that it's not understandable. The problem is that it's available, that it's possible, and we need systems in place that don't encourage this behavior. We need systems in place that don't ruin normal people's, or normal people, I mean legit people's creations for the sake of some smart ass trying to gain something, tricking the system. This rant has been going on for way too far. If you're still listening in, that's insane, really, and you should go see a doctor. But if you're still tuned in because you like the music, you can download it for free yourself. So yeah, because people tend to respect music on ocremix.org because they care, and that's why the place can exist. That's why those content creators can create, because their basic existence as original content creators is respected and valued. We want them to create music, and therefore we want to treat their creations like they ask us to do. You know? It's really simple. Places like OC Remix work because people want it to work. And I'm convinced, I'm absolutely convinced that the respect and acknowledgement that maybe also is influenced by a common interest and love for video game music is the main reason why people tend to respect OC Remix's terms. I mean, not only that, but those terms, man, they're so user-friendly. I mean, they're so open. They're so including. I'm not saying you need to let people use their content for free and publish derivative experiences of some sort. I'm just saying that trust breeds trust, you know, and suspicions breeds suspicions. And I think that if we, as people of the internet, start thinking of the internet the way we, the fans of OC Remix, think of OC Remix, then we might end up with a place, an internet, working as well as OC Remix. That is one of the places that makes the internet worth having, you know? It's not the only one, there are tons of things that make the internet worth having. But that is like the crux for me. That kind of platform. What YouTube used to be. Or is YouTube isn't that anymore because of the kind of content that has gone up there. I've seen entire movies before I smart it up. Um, but that's the kind of behavior I think we should turn away from, you know? I've watched entire movies on YouTube that I could have rented. There are movies on YouTube that you can't get a hold of. Maybe not where you are, or maybe not at all. Normally very peculiar movies, but they're out there, and no harm done. No harm, no foul. That's what I think. But when you're using YouTube to listen to music posted by someone that shouldn't have the right to do so, typically someone that didn't create it. Of course, I know, yeah, record companies and all their evil shit. But I mean, if you use YouTube as if it was something you were thankful for having, with respect and dignity, and a sincere wish to drive YouTube forwards as a channel for people's creations, then you can do so. Just, it's all about how you think about it. Anyways, I think I'm gonna cut this short now. If you're not already sleeping, I hope you enjoyed, and I'm really interested in hearing any thoughts on the subject. Any disagreement, I'm very interested in that, because I think important subjects should be discussed with from more than one perspective. So I'm hoping for and looking forward to any and all comments you might have on this. I guess that's it for me. I'm Kenneth, aka Keen, aka Gil. I need to find a proper username soon. But yeah, thanks for hearing me out. I'm gonna let you off with Christmas tune. Christmas nights into dreams, winter nights, hey dreamer, by Level 99, as before. Gonna leave it playing for a little while, and when the video cuts out, or right now if you feel like it, go check out OCREMIX. That's OC Remix in one word.org. Just Google OC Remix. It's really awesome. Go there, look for your favorites, game, look for the collections, browse the artists, check out the newer creations and the most popular ones from earlier years, and enjoy nerding out through the powers of the internet.